Hey everyone, my name is chaoticwolph and welcome to Heaven's Gate. This is a kinetic visual novel spinoff of the Hello Charlotte series, which is a game I played I think earlier this year, and honestly I just found the world so fascinating, bizarre, and kind of depressing towards the end of the series, and it left me so mind boggled, and I just couldn't I just didn't know how to process everything, and so I'm glad there's a spin-off. But I believe this takes place in the true realm, so if you're not familiar with the Hello Charlotte series, you're gonna have to probably check it out, either playing yourself, or if you rather not take that route, you can also check out the playthrough that I did on the channel, because otherwise it's gonna be really hard to understand anything, I think, because there's so many terms: true realm, false realm, gods and puppeteers, and all that lovely stuff that we had to experience. And if you have not, I would strongly encourage you to experience that, because it's just so bizarre. In my opinion, if you like Undertale, Deltarune, even Homestuck, I think you would enjoy this. It's kind of similar in the theme of that thing, but the topics are a bit more dark, because it touches on topics like depression, kind of suicide, bullying, abuse. So warning if you're uncomfortable with those things, but otherwise I thought it was a really interesting series, and so this is a spin-off of it, so let's check it out. Aether Works. So this is a kinetic visual novel. If you're not familiar with that, apparently it's like a visual novel, but there are no choices, so basically we're gonna be like reading a story. And I did see developers say that this visual novel doesn't have any music, and that's like the way they intended it to be, so I guess we'll just have to set the mood with no, background music. Vincent is watching a small trail of ants go by, his gaze remaining disinterested. I approach him out of curiosity. Oh, winged ants. That's rare. They're so small. That's good. Bugs are yucky. Look. He gets up from his knees and steps closer to the ant trail. We must be like gods to them, don't you think? The god thing. Vincent and the god thing. With those words, Vincent picks one up. Just one tug and the wing rips off with an alarming ease. Ew, those ants with wings. I used to see a lot of those when I was young. Stop it, let it go. What are you being so upset about? Just because we are bigger, that doesn't mean we should hurt them. It's just a bug though. Mom says even the smallest lives matter. My mom says bugs are annoying. I can't disagree with that, but, Charles is also right to a point. If you don't stop, I'll tell the nurses. The boy simply gets up and leaves. What's up with him? From that day on, I decide that I don't like Vincent at all. Interesting. You kind of idolize him in the other Charlotte worlds. It's lunch break. Everyone's trading stickers and hoarding tassels, a recent fad among kids. What the heck are tassels? Like the tea? Vincent is surrounded by children who are marveling at his collection. Oh, this one's super rare. Where did you get it? It was in my chips. Lucky. Do you want it? I think he wants it. I can have it. But I don't have anything good to trade you. I don't mind. Just choose one that you don't have then. Trade with me too. Me too. What are you looking at, Charlie? Vincent is so popular in this world, dude. It's so bizarre. Wanna trade too? No. Mom says chips are bad for health. Boring. Vincent, look. I have holographic ones. Ugh. What's so special about him? All he has is a pack of tassels. Lost in thought, I trip and drop the box with the classroom turtle that I was carrying. Uh-oh. The nurses yell at me and make me stand in a corner for half an hour. I blame it on Vincent too. Mother. Oh, the freaky mother. When I'm 5, we move into a flat swarming with cockroaches and pigeons living on the balcony. Why is this place so dirty, Mom? I ask. The person who lived here wasn't very cleanly, is Mother's answer. I want to go back home, I tell her. Why do we have to leave? We won't be staying here for long, dear, Mother says, and I want to believe her. The surrounding dirt makes my skin crawl. Later, over here are neighbors talking. I learned that the former owner was a drug addict. Lovely. Died of overdose, they say. When I raise my voice, Mother tells me to keep quiet. When I walk around the house, Mother says that my footsteps are too loud. When I become excited, Mother reprimands me for misbehaving. Mother is not cool. One evening, she has a breakdown over unsorted clothes in the drawers. We're talking normally, then the next moment the house is filled with shouting and sounds of my clothes being violently thrown on the floor. There must be something else she's angry at, but I'm too young to understand. I apologize over and over, promising I won't do that ever again, as if I committed a grave sin. I'm sorry, Mother. I can make everything right. I won't become a burden. Sounds like some abuse is going on. Oh, what the heck are those images? Freaky ass kids in the background. We're having a concert to celebrate autumn. Our nurses are wearing dresses with paper maple leaves sewn onto them. I recite a poem aloud, trying not to mess it up halfway. It has 4 lines. I'm so nervous that my voice comes out too quietly, even though I recite it perfectly. Vincent got 6 lines. It must be because the nurses think he's the smartest in the group. Hell, he even goes to chess club. Someone's very jelly. Vincent recites the poem in a monotonous voice like he doesn't give a care. Vincent's almost always the last one to be picked up by his parents. Sometimes nobody comes, and he just goes home alone. I tell Mom about that, and she totally freaks out. How can a child go home by himself? She exclaims, shocked. What are his parents thinking? I don't know what to say to that. Neither do I. Valentine's Day. I might I give something to Vincent? It's Valentine's Day. Everyone gets tangerines and kinder surprises for lunch? Are those egg things? I get sick and throw up onto my festive shirt. I didn't like it much anyway. Mom did though. Vincent is at the nurse's office too. He tripped and scraped his knee. The nurse is drawing a net on it with green antiseptic. The scrape seems bad, but he's not even wincing. His stare staying blank. Doesn't he feel any pain? Maybe he's actually a robot. I want to ask him that, but my headache is too strong, so I ignore him. All I want to do is go home and watch cartoons in bed. Thankfully, Mom's quick to come to my rescue. Afterwards, I stay at home for a whole week. New stage. This is so bizarre. It's like normal everyday life. It takes place in the true realm, which is like technically the true world, I guess. Time passes fast. My kindergarten graduation album is filled with pictures of other kids running around and a macro photograph of myself in some kind of medieval clothing from the photo shoot. It's my favorite one, but I'll never admit that. I can barely contain my excitement for the first day of school. Vincent goes to a different one, but it doesn't matter. I didn't like him much anyway. Is that true though? I feel like you like him very much. You were just really jealous? Elementary school is boring. I solved all the problems in my math workbook in one evening, and as a consequence, end up dying of boredom at actual lessons. Shouldn't there be a faster way to do this? It's called skipping a grade, dude. As the school days pass, I get so excited about my intellectual abilities that I point out others' mistakes every time I notice them. Kind of a snot, a very smug snot. The girl sitting next to me seems to enjoy my company, mainly because she gets to copy my answers during tests. In the meantime, I find a new way to make friends. All you have to do is buy them food or share yours. It's called bribing. Then everyone will gather around you, excited to get sweets for free. I spend all my pocket money on snacks and still end up being chosen last at PE lessons. Wow, those kids are some real douches. I give you all this food and you don't even choose me, huh? It takes me some time and an after-school beating to learn not to poke my nose into others' businesses. It's not my fault people cheat and test. I'm just doing what's right. At least, that's what I think. Apparently, people don't like snitches. Oh, snitches get stitches. Nor do they like being responsible or proper. While I'm doing everything not to be a burden, they're giving their all to cause trouble. I feel like this will take some time to sink in. Over the years, I learned to keep my mouth shut. From a moderately talkative kid, I turned into a complete class ghost. By the end of 4th year, everyone still calls me by my last name. Reunion. So Eiler, right? Are you Charles Eiler? You were in the last one. In middle school, we see each other again. Vincent looks more frail than I remember him being. Maybe it's just that I've gotten taller. When he sees me, he smiles. In fact, he smiles to everyone. The usual unchanging blank expression that he had in kindergarten is gone from his face, replaced with a mask. It's unsettling. I don't smile back. Somehow, we end up doing a class project together. By the time I gather the courage to ask someone to invite me, everyone else had already found a partner. But there was an open spot in his group. The other 2 kids just want easy marks, so only the 2 of us actually end up working. Ugh, that's how it always is with group projects. I would hate group projects. Vincent is surprisingly nice to work with. He's a good team player, very considerate, and giving his all to complete the task. A complete contrast to most of the kids. For the first time in a while, I have fun working in a group. System notification houses. One incoming message from Charles. That is so bizarre. Charles, here, I'm sending over their presentation files. Great work. Let's do our best tomorrow. He's thankful for my effort. This must be the first time in 5 years of school. I'm so moved that I put his name first on the project's title slide. That is great. Oh, I miss this art style. It's super awesome. It's the project presentations day. Vincent, who was chosen as our group's representative, has a clear, powerful voice. Unlike me, who gets so anxious that I start to stumble on every word, earning giggles from classmates. I hate myself for it. Regardless, our group gets the highest marks. Maybe teamwork isn't half bad, I catch myself thinking. Weakling. Vincent loses consciousness during one of our PE lessons. I've never really noticed it before, but he really has the worst stamina in class. While I fail all the speed tests, I can endure running long distances just fine. He, however, looks completely exhausted after just a few laps. After overhearing one of the conversations between teachers, I learned that Vincent has health complications. Huh, Fennel's not running again. I heard he has a weak heart. Oh, these are the bullies. Or was it anemia? He's the best student in class. Maybe he's pushing himself too hard? People like that don't live long. My uncle died from a stroke. Really? Vincent dying? The possibility has never occurred to me. Maybe children don't think too deeply about life and death in general. I look at him sitting on a bench near the teacher, watching us run. We never really talk. But I've been watching him for a while. So to me, it feels like we share a connection. Oh, it's Audrey, Henrietta Warhol. These things are like logs or something. They're all numbered and stuff. I often volunteer to stay behind on class duty. Henrietta Warhol gets bullied into it. The other girls call her smelly and cow tits and make her do things instead of them. So right now she's unenthusiastically scrubbing a dirty desk with a wet rag. You should use detergent to scrub this off. Don't tell me what to do, Eiler. Why are you even here? It's not your turn to clean. I like cleaning. Or more like, I can't trust anyone with it. I feel you. Everyone's too sloppy and lazy to properly clean all the dust. Just thinking of sitting behind a dirty desk makes my skin crawl. Weirdo. You can go home. I plan to stay after lessons anyway. I have piano class coming up in 2 hours. Just enough time to clean and do homework. No, I'll stay. They're waiting outside. If I go too early, they might think I'm slacking off. So those bullies don't want to clean, but they'll stay behind to make sure someone else did it? Okay. Damn, that's complicated. Okay. We clean in silence. I don't really know what to talk about with her. Henrietta doesn't seem like she's up for discussing homework either. Henrietta? Yes? Give me your hand. I place a candy in it. Here, good work today. Carrying snacks around still remains as a habit of mine. Might as well try to win Warhol's goodwill with it. Henrietta stays weirdly silent. There isn't anything wrong with it, right? Unless you don't like barberry flavor? What the hell is barberry flavor? I've never heard of that. Oh. Thanks? You're welcome. Henrietta awkwardly stumbles out of the classroom without saying so much as a goodbye. Weeks later, we start talking during lunch breaks sometimes. The other girls mock and tease her for it, but Henrietta learns to talk back. Oh, she's fighting back. Maybe she's more confident about herself when she feels less alone. I mean, don't we all? 3 incoming messages from Audrey. Okay, listen up, Eiler. We're gonna get rid of your acne. I'm sorry, what? Also, I really enjoy these icon art. It's so bizarre. I'm gonna send you a list of skincare products and food to avoid. So caring of you, Audrey. But Mom, no buts. For a clean freak, you sure hate looking after yourself. Pass, ooh. Also, how come there's no Charlotte here? Where's Charlotte? Where's my Charlotte? Although I guess technically she doesn't exist in the true realm. Mother never tells me anything about her past, or father, and I never ask. It's something we never talk about. All I can do is listen to her occasionally cry at night, and keep quiet about it in the morning. She's holding up well, but I can't help but worry that one day she might trip and fall, and never get up. The thought makes my hands itch, and I spend 10 minutes in the bathroom trying to wash it off. Okay, that's some kind of mental condition. I want to grow up and become someone she can depend on. Interlude alone. I think Charles Eiler was OCD, wasn't he? I don't remember. It's quiet in the Mind Library. Mind Library? Really? We have that in the true realm? I'm hunched over a language workbook trying to fill in the blanks, but all the letters come out jumbled. I write them over and over again until the pages are filled with ineligible scribbles. Frey peeks over my shoulder like nothing's wrong. Frey's here? Wait, hold up. This is a true realm. Why are you here? Oh, wait, hold up. Wait, this is Charlotte? Doing someone's homework again, Miss Wiltshire? You do know that it's not your obligation to do it, don't you? It's Charlotte. It's for a friend. Ah, so that's why you couldn't turn them down. Because they said you're friends? Was it so wrong to believe them, Frey? No, of course not. Miss Wiltshire is a very earnest girl after all. Too gullible for her own good. Wait, which Charlotte is this though? There's a lot of Charlottes. You see, what your so-called friend used was a keyword. The keyword was friend? A password that doesn't mean anything. You heard it and immediately thought of the meaning you had for it. You may have thought the other person meant, I want to help and understand you, but in reality they meant, I want to use you for my own needs. Frey, that really hurts. Sure, they could have been honest with you, but would you be doing this for them if you knew the truth? No. Right? But that doesn't make them evil per se. If they were the main character, I'm sure the viewers will understand their way of thinking. But they're not the main character, are they, Frey runs his finger over a messed up sentence and stops at the period mark. The true evil lies in modal words, Miss Wiltshire. Remember that. I absentmindedly look at the ruined workbook. Still, if I don't do as they say, I'll be left all alone. This is all I'm good for anyway. Frey leans his head on me, but I have no strength left to shove him away. You know that's not true, Miss Wiltshire. You just want someone to make you feel better about yourself, even if it's someone you despise. But don't worry. I know all the words you want to hear. You may feel like you're never doing enough, but in reality, you're always doing your best, aren't you?